have a miracle left. Clap your hands and give God some praise if you believe it. I still have a miracle left. Tonight we have Elisha for our consideration. The Bible helps us to understand that Elisha was one of the most powerful men in the Old Testament writings of the Bible. But in order to understand Elisha, we have to examine the life of his spiritual father, whose name was Elijah. Are you with me tonight? Elijah means God is Jehovah, God is Lord, or simply God is in control. Tell your neighbor, God is in control. The Bible lets us know at some point in Elijah's ministry, he allowed someone else to become Lord over his life. The Bible tells us that at the peak of Elijah's ministry, he stood on Mount Carmel and called down fire from heaven that licked up water, burned up the bricks, burned up the dust, burned the sacrifice, burned up the altar. Then he turned around and killed 850 false prophets. But in spite of all of this, the Bible tells us that this man allowed one woman by the name of Jezebel make him become fearful and run and hide in a cave for his life. Now I want to back off Elijah just for a second and take a minute to deal with this woman or this spirit that we know as Jezebel. The reason I want to spend just a few minutes talking about Jezebel is simply because a lot of people tend to think that Jezebel is a woman wearing a red dress with splits up both sides and long red fingernails. Man, a lot of people think that Jezebel is a lady of the night trying to sleep with every man in the church. But I want you to understand that Jezebel is neither male nor female, if you will, because Jezebel is not as much a person as it is a spirit. And the spirit of Jezebel is a familiar spirit. Are you going to pray with me here tonight? Yeah, the spirit of Jezebel will get close to you because their whole purpose is to steal your authority. Yes. Jezebel will marry an Ahab. Somebody that spirit can rule from the background. For the spirit of Jezebel connects itself to people in order that their authority may be stolen. Hear me well. Jezebel will do everything that they can to keep the prophet from speaking the word of the Lord as God has given it to them. Jezebel maneuvers to get close to the prophet so that when they're out of line, the prophet can't say nothing because they're out of line along with them. Oh, it's quiet up in here. Jezebel will cook for you. Jezebel will join the church. Jezebel will join the choir. Jezebel will lift the offering. Jezebel will hang out with you because the whole purpose and the premise is to get close to you so that when they get out of line, you can't say anything out of fear for you being exposed because of your carnality. Oh, I feel like preaching in here tonight. Yeah. Jezebel will become your best friend. Jezebel will watch your children. Jezebel, if you allow them, Jezebel will get close to you. And it's not because they're really trying to be your friend, but Jezebel simply wants to steal your authority. And whatever that familiar spirit is, it needs to be called just what it is. And then it needs to be commanded to go straight to the pit of hell where it belongs. Because in the book of Revelations, God spoke to the church and said to them, I've got a lot of good things I could say about y'all, but in spite of all the good I could say, I got a problem with you.